Hey everyone, this is game number 6 of our Necro run. Kind of game number 5 because one of them was just an instant concede, but this is how we're looking. We've got our Necromantic team looking quite good, I think, for what's 4 actual games. We're going up against some Chaos Renegades. Gosh, they've played... Wow, in one day they've already played a lot of games. 16 games? Yikes. Our 5-game-old team, we've got a Guard Wraith. We probably should have a second Guard Wraith, but I talked myself into doing a random agility roll on this and got jump up. Someone was just asking how do you random on Necromantic Hyper Rain, and the answer is it's a risky business, but if you look at the agility skills for Wraith specifically, about half of them are hits because they have no hands, so they can't get some of the bad ones like catch, or bad for them, catch, diving catch and safe pair of hands, but they can get defensive, which you definitely would love to have with Guard eventually. They can get dodge, which goes amazingly with the block and side step. They can get diving tackle, which goes great with the block and side step. And they can get jump up, which I think I said at the time was the worst of the good ones. So still a good one, but probably the worst of the good ones compared to those other ones. So I'm still happy with it for 20,000. I think it's a decent value for a piece that can side step into a cage and then be in a horrible position for your opponent. But yes, this does need Guard. We've managed to get Block and Mighty Blow on Hargrim, 22 SPP in 4 actual games plus 1 concession. Incredible. And we've got Block on So Salty Salt as well. We've got 3 rerolls also. Our opponent is Chaos Renegades. They've got a Guard Troll, a Guard Defensive Ogre. And they've got the Rat Ogre with no added skills. They've got a Blodge Elf. They've got a Block Claw Human Lineman, a Fend Horns. Lots of randoms going on. I think this will be really tough. There's some really good development on that team. So we will see. Oh, Hendy, you've been sucked into the Andy Davo way of thinking. Normally I'd say we should go offense first because we should try to hurt them before they can hurt us. It is raining and we don't have sure hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I really don't know what to do here. I think we've got to kick because of the rain. I think taking the ball in the rain is a bad idea, but I don't like it. I haven't been doing offset formations with this team, but against Renegades, where I kind of like the idea of pushing them off centre, I'm going to give it a go. And we're doing this tight formation, which makes it just a little bit harder. Not so much for Renegades, but for a lot of teams to get a good hit because you've got the strength 4 here. And even for Renegades, if they want to do that Rat Ogre hit, it's going to make them frenzy and risk getting hit back. Hendy Davo, I'm going to have to call him from now on. Hendy Davo. You say that to everyone. I've never even seen you in a real fight. I shouldn't say this. I don't want to see Hendy in a real fight. Oh my god, Collie. Despite being taller than Hendy, I'm pretty sure Hendy could yeet me out the nearest window. Because Hendy, like Mercutio, goes to the gym. Which I have not done in a while. Assistant coach, so we had the coaching one, we could have had a free reroll, but we both rolled ones, so no rerolls for anyone. Just pushes, we love to see that. Gonna 3 dice with one of these two, with the Ogre. Ogre's got a niggle already on her game as well. Alright, good job, Zombos. Good job, everyone. Don't know what the Rogue is doing all the way back here. Ron Windu, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. How was your stream this morning? And Chikala, how was your stream this morning? So they're going to pick the ball up on the elf. It's a 3+, no problem at all. Easy 6. And then a blitz with the horns. Which, if that had been a big guy, would have broken armor, but it wasn't. So that's pretty nice. We got through turn 1 against Renegades without losing any players. Always a good start. You won. Nice. That's what we like to hear. Now, what do we do? Renegade's just such a weird team to play against. I guess going for the 1 low armor piece here I don't hate. 1, 2, 3. Maybe just do it with the flesh golem. My worry with that is we take the flesh golem out the middle. On the other hand, you can do it without an assist. Maybe the other option is just to do it with the wraith, but we just got to go other players out the way. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. I'm just talking to myself, guys. Just talking to myself as I think through these different ideas. Ratoga hasn't got Juggernaut, so it cannot just shove through our stand firm. Mercutio, thank you so much for the not even a prime sub, for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Weirdos. And welcome as well to Marked One 2007. If you're new here, play quite a lot of Blood Bowl, but I have not played a lot of Necromantic. In fact, I don't think I played them at all before this Blood Bowl 3 release, so I am very much learning this team along with you. But so far we're having a lot of fun. I'm twice the size of Hardgrim, so does that mean I have double claws and Mighty Blow +2? I think out of all the Blood Bowlers I know, you might be the one most likely to have Mighty Blow +2. There must be other Blood Bowlers who go to the gym a lot. Like Giraffe runs a lot, but that won't give her Mighty Blow +2. Collie, sorry, Collie. Now, I've always thought you're more of a dirty player +2. Or even like a dirty player +8. Auto removal. It's like you know the chainsaw rules. Collie doesn't have chainsaw, she has hammer, which is sort of like chainsaw, but it's even better because it's the ban hammer. I will accept this. As long as you manage not to be a disturbing presence, it's all good. Collie could never be a disturbing presence. I got to, at a team tournament like 2 weeks ago, Collie and I were on a team together and I got to sit next to Collie for the whole day. She was not a disturbing presence. She was an asset. She even, one time, boosted my dice for me. This looks pretty surfable. This looks like a very surfable lineman over here, so let's see if the flesh golem will cooperate. It will. So we will give you a little bonk in that direction. We will make sure this goes 2 dice into 2 dice. And then we will try to yeet this one off the pitch. which of course will fail because we roll a power. Classic Blood Bowl dice. When you want the push, you get the power. If I bring the guard in here, we might actually be able to punch that ogre with a bit of help. Oh shoot, that has defensive. Whoops. Oops. Things you're not expecting to see when you've played 5 games on a team. Defensive. Well, that's kind of bad. Okay, well. Still 1 dice though, because we've got +2, they've got 1. Okay, that's good enough. We just leave the troll, or do we red dice it? It hasn't got block, so unless we roll a skull, it would go down with us, and it wouldn't get to use Mighty Blow because it'd be losing its feet. So I think we take the red dice. There you go. Roll pushes instead, that's better. Shove you over there. Alright, so defensive is a thing. Remember to read the skills, Tree. I was reading Collie's thing at the same time as talking to myself. Collie, I'm definitely not blaming you for my inability to read. I'm sure being near myself, Hendy and Starfire was better, but Collie was a close second. Collie had the serving presence for game 4 at Tackle Zone. Was that against Andy? Hey, Shepherd. Opponent is definitely basing up a lot. But to be fair, they've got a lot of strong pieces with guard and even in one case defensive, which I will now need to make sure I don't forget again. They are really determined to get this one served. Oh, that Roger has rolled a 1 in 9. Does not have Juggernaut, so we're both going down. I feel like I'm going to regret letting my Flesh Golem be this way out far out the play, but it allows me to do the surf and keep this one around. So that one we can say goodbye to. Took a turn longer than we wanted to, but we served it in the end. Currently on 1 dice for this one. If we bring you around, but it's this one. Good. We can bring that in there. Fine. My God will do a thing if I stick this in here or here. I think we're just going to engage here with the wraiths and let them play. Now if I... What's better here? So I could hit this one on 2 dice, which would mean I could bring this in here as long as I get a push and at least have 1 dice on the troll. Or I could just hit this middle one, it's got lower armour, and then not get the 2 dice here but take a foul on this Rat Ogre. I don't hate fouling the Rat Ogre. I've got a bench. Well, we're not hitting that anyway because it's another 1 in 9. Been a few of those. Foul the Rat Ogre. Not very successfully. And we'll try to red dice this again. Also not very successfully. Oh well. I feel like there's been a lot of 1 in 9s on both sides. They've had them too. But yeah, these wraiths have been sort of standing here and not really moving anything. Anyway, we are up a player, that's good. For now. That will push our guard out the way, unfortunately. Hey, Lady Lefay. Oh, they use their horns there to get the 2 dice. I was thinking, how is that a 2 dice? But of course they've got horns. It's hard to keep track of all the stuff going on with this team. It's quite a lot. Hopefully we can get the flesh golem back involved this turn. Okay, now this is where it gets very messy. Because of frenzy and everything else. We can go 2 into 2 on this, but then I'm going to be leaving things on the rat ogre. I think ideally what we want to do is be pushing the rat ogre away, but we can only really do that if we get a POW first time. Which we do, so that's good. I think we're going to push the rat ogre away. This wolf is going to need some help in a second, but we'll get to that. We will get to that. Claw. Claw not doing a thing, but Mighty Blow doing a thing. So that's good. If we could get a POW here, then we might have a chance to hit the rat ogre, which would be nice. Didn't. Okay, fine. Good job. This is not getting assist here, we're getting 1. So we can do this into a 1 dice quite easily. 1 dice. If we were to get the push, we could turn it into a 2 dice. Could we? 3, 4, 5, 6, no, so we're 1 dice because of guard there. But if we put this in here, it could become a 2 dice. Or we power it first time. Push the troll off. Oh, there you go. Good claws. That was the claws that did it as well. Claws broke the armor exactly on an 8 and then got the armor break and got the injury afterwards. So very nice work from So Salty Salt. And I think we still have a blitz now, don't we? Yeah. Nowhere particularly exciting to use it. We've sort of made a big clumpy mess here for ourselves. We could 1 dice the Roger, but we haven't got block. I think we're better off crashing into this. Turn 4. I think I can spend a reroll here. Fine. Bring this Zombo up. Okay, pretty significant turn that. I think we did 2 removals and one of them being a permanent removal on not just a big guy but the one with guard and defensive, who was that defensive was giving me some problems. Pretty nice. Imagine getting defensive and guard on a big guy after 8 games. It's incredible. But we are only up 1 player because they just got rid of another one for us. I'm just saying in the last year my only person's been on Tree's team 3 times. That's true, Hindi. It may sound weird, but the wolf looks more handsome here than during your pre-release games with Santi. I have no idea what would have caused that. I don't know if they've tweaked it. I like the models. I really like the models in this Necro team. I think I was saying yesterday the wolf power animation I think will get a bit repetitive, but I really like the models. Okay, so this is a frenzy hit, which will go to here. So you'd get strength 5, 6 for you against strength. This will go to a 1 dice if I don't stand firm, because we're gonna have 2 assists. 4, 5, 6. 1 dice it is. They roll both down and KO the Roger. Very nice. Okay, so currently 2 out of 3 big guys off the pitch. And we're about to claw another one. But they are probably in position to score. So they might get that KO back. Yeah, that's looking pretty easy to 2 dice into 2 dice with the claw. So we'll definitely do that. And then probably we're going to see if we can throw everything else into this cage. Let's take this first. It frees up the flesh golem. Good. It says fend. I'd actually really like to get the flesh golem onto the ball, but I think with the fend that's too tricky. Although it is a elf, it's going to dodge off on 2+ anyway, isn't it? So probably just jam the flesh golem in there. I don't know why that showed a dice for rush over there, but definitely was not a rush involved. Sometimes the dice log just makes things up. Stays at 2 dice, although we've rolled another 1. Oh, I think we maybe have to eat this, because we're probably going to go on offense in a second in the rain. Maybe that was greedy doing the frenzy hits. I was just being greedy for my mighty bow. Probably that was greedy. Sometimes I'm greedy. Oh, they're not my favourite team over Woodies, though. Woodies are still my number 1. But I'm really enjoying this for like a change. Like, it's nice to do different things and not always play the same. I really like them so far, Necromantic, and I've been really wanting to try them for a while as well, because as I was saying yesterday, I've run into them a lot on tabletop and I find them really hard to play into. So I was curious to see how it would feel sitting on this side of it as the Necro instead of playing against the Necro, and so far I'm really enjoying it. Necro collies, babies, exactly. Good guy Merton with a 33-month prime sub. How are you, good guy Merton? One of our longest standing weirdos. Necro. I'm tempted by them, Hindi. I don't have models for them is the thing. I guess my undead team, I've got a chainy model, so if I could get one more wolf, I could probably do it. But also maybe I should practice what I want to use at Euro Bowl, European. But it is definitely tempting. I think with the numbers advantage here, we can go all in on the line here. Even if they rolled a perfect defense, they're not going to be able to jam any big guys on because they haven't got them. Oh, for this drive, if we cause an injury, or is that us or the opponent? That is us. So for this drive, if we cause an injury, we get 3 SPP. We'd love to hear that. Frenzy. Thought we were getting our 3 SVP for a second there. Right, there is a sneaky little goblin behind here trying to stop us from frenzying things. Cheeky little so-and-so. We see you, hidden goblin. You know what you're up to. Just quietly, that's quite an awkward kick, by the way. I hadn't really discussed the fact that that kick's in quite a scary square. This will go 2 dice into 3, into 1 dice at the moment. There we go. That's what we needed. Okay. Cover the ball and then try to pick it up. Do I put a reroll into this? It is turn 6 already, so probably yes. We don't get it. However, this zombie's got it. So we've got 2, not enough time. Literally cannot score on that player. Unfortunately, even with all the GFIs, that won't get to the end zone. So we're still going to have to hand it off. Boo. Boo, I say. Also, they can just punch it with a troll, which they might do. Boo. Boo. Exactly, Jukes. Boo. It's okay, to be honest with you, like, we don't, because that player couldn't score. Wasn't that helpful to have it holding it, but we do need to get someone else to pick it up now, which is going to be harder. How's our God? How rowdy is it to scatter here? Well, they can't score from here. Well, these players can't, so I'm going to scatter the ball. It's in a pretty bad square for us right now. Okay, and now we've got another player who... Well, maybe we could chain push this into range. Currently out of range. Raven. Maybe there's a world where we can chain push it. Not really seeing how, to be honest. But... because we'd need to push it this way, so we need to blitz from here, but we need to fill that square, which we can't do because you're in the way. I would love to score on this. Yeah, it's only 1 push, but getting that push is not easy. Not what we wanted. I think we need to give ourselves a scoring threat. Like, I think we need to just have one be ready. Because right now we haven't got that. This is really hard to do. We need to put both these in, we need to power it, and we need to blitz with that. And that's just to get it free. Yeah, this is not going to work. I guess we can push that way. I'm not going to get... Can't even get this in range to hand off. We've got problems. We've got problems. Maybe I should have done something different there and handed off to the... I should have handed off to the ghoul. That's what I should have done. Should have blitzed somewhere else and handed off to the ghoul. that's not what I did. So we have this not great situation. We're almost certainly not scoring here now, because now we're going to need to... I don't think the flesh goblins even can pass, so we're going to need to hand off and pass in the rain. So I'd say there's a less than 1% chance of us scoring from here. We needed an extra turn.
I should probably say something meaningful to all our Cabal Vision viewers.
Help those ticks. They'll have to pick up most of them off the ground in a few seconds' time.
It's annoying. That's annoying. Feels like if it wasn't raining, we would have made the pickup at the beginning of the drive and been alright. Now it makes this game harder to win, because we need to score on our drive, turn over and score again. Not impossible, but hard.
They've got the advantage, and it is this shot. This is going to be decisive.
Maybe if we can just push that into range, we can hand off to it.
That's a good choice for a display.
It's annoying as well. Because this only needs one more push to be in range, right? Yeah, so that's got to be what we're trying to do, is hand off to that one. Oh, shoot, I thought that was the guard one. I was going to do a jump up hit. Oh well. Guess we can hit from here. Not getting knockdowns this drive. Maybe that's okay, because we could push that in there to help the chain. So I think we need to dodge and put you in here. And we blitz from underneath here. And somehow hand the ball off. I don't know how we're doing the handoff still, because that didn't fall over. At least we can get us into range, and that's a start. It's going to be a 1 dice, whatever we do. Hang on, we could put you there. That's a 2 dice with a rush, but and a dodge, of course. Okay, well, I got this into range. How we're getting the ball to it, who knows? Six plus, 6 plus, 4 plus. Sure. It was possible. Roll the dice. Okay, the KO stayed out, which is good. So... hopefully we can do more damage and not stuff up the ball pickup this time. We didn't get any 3 SPP. Oh, okay, this is going to be a draw, isn't it? Like, it's kind of the game's taking it away from us. It's frustrating because it felt like we were in a winning position, but having our short drive stuff up because of the rain and then a timeout to reduce our time to turn over and score doesn't feel like it's going the direction we need it to. exactly how many hits we took to get that goblin last time. Okay, let's try to pick the ball up again. Maybe draw is optimistic. Maybe we'll just spend the whole game not picking the ball up. Grr, stupid rain. Yeah, I thought it was going to be talk, and honestly it hasn't been. I think yesterday we played 5 games and only 2 of them were necro mirrors. So like that's, you know, that's more than normal, but it's not like it's a crazy amount. And our first game today isn't, so it's not going that way at all. Oh my god. We're going to lose this game. I was thinking we'd get a draw, but actually what's going to happen is the dice are just going to say no, and we're going to lose. Because we can't pick the ball up, and now they're even matching us on the bash with just random Kaz. All while this sodding goblin hangs around. Not good. Okay. Did finally pick the ball up. That is a relief. It's not going to be the most safe ball you've ever seen, especially because that has 2 heads. But at least it's moved forward, and we've got a sort of surrounding for when they try to recover it. Going to be honest with you, I think I did lots of things not great on that turn. Got a little bit tilty and acted too fast and everything. Okay, they're dodging to hit. Spent a reroll, but they do get there. Gets the full pow. Why couldn't we do that on the goblin, which we hit so many times? Ball is on the floor again. At least it's not the easiest recovery for them. Hopefully with the numbers advantage we've got on the pitch now, we can just mob that a bit. I think we're very much like looking at draw best case scenario here now, which is a bummer because this feels like it should have been a win from where we were at half time, but, or not half time, on turn 6, but take what we can. Hope we can get that much. Oh my god, this effing goblin. This is the most survivable goblin I've ever seen in my life. Literally is not aware that it can be knocked over. Come on, game. Give me a break.
If I had a gold I've seen lying on the field during my career, well, I could start my own team. I only need $1 million
This is looking more and more like loss as the rerolls disappear.
What can you do
Yep,
against
goes to the
a
scatter, don't blame them.
formed opponent?
Okay, good scatter for us at least. Goblin could get it. It's away from the elf, which we like.
I've seen mushrooms.
Troll not playing. Again, this goblin literally unknockdownable. Just physically impossible to knock that goblin over.
There's only one word to say.
Okay, let's moved it away at least. Back up there. Turn ordering is getting really bad here because I'm frustrated. Need to be a bit more thoughtful. And we're back to not picking the ball up. Grumpy, 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 grumpy. Very grumpy about how this game has gone. Feel like I have been not very fairly done by. Even though we've managed to remove most of their team, it just feels like the important roles, like picking the sodding ball up, have set us back so much. And our two block places that could have been involved down here have been not involved because they can't knock over a goblin. But I definitely could have played better because I have been tilting and making bad decisions. For blitz, dodge, rush, fails the second rush, does put the reroll in, just gets a push. Okay, we've got 2 tackle zones on the ball here, which is obviously not great.
New balls, please.
We need to use you because we need to free up this one to come around and do the hit here. Or maybe not do the hit, actually just fill that square there so we can do a chain push, get them both off. Sodding finally knocked that goblin over. only a 1 dice, isn't it? Because the guard. Well, get the power good.
If I had a goal
I'm going to try this pickup.
lying on the field during my career, well, I could start my own team. You only need 1 million gold.
Oh my god, it's a 50-50. We've made like 1 out of 6. 1 out of 5 maybe. I think I have to eat it again. We failed the first one, we failed the first one this half, and we failed 2 more since. Yeah, we've made 1 out of 5. It's a 50-50, not a 1 in 5. Grrr. Right, so we need to put a scoring turn in before we roll any dice. And punch the goblin again.
Too easy. Is this gonna be enough to
Oh my god. We're actually not going to do it. Like, we're actually not going to score now because now we've got no rerolls for pickups.
assist?
Trying to do safe things here. Take the block with block skill. We get to here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be 2 rushes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 rush with you. I can't believe we've lost this game. This game should have been like a win, and it's not even going to be a draw because we just simply cannot pick the ball up. I thought if I kicked first, put the difficult pickups onto our opponent, that made sense, but it turns out just wait for the second half and don't pick the ball up for the entire game. Just ridiculous dice, I'm sorry. It's a 50-50 and we've made 1 out of 6.
Very nice moves.
Grumpity grump.
Looks like the girls have finally remembered we're not playing soccer.
Come on, guys. Together. Hey, that play looked almost calm.
Taking the hits because it's so unlikely that we score, we might as well see if we can get some SPP.
Jeremiah Cooper always so very skilled.
So it's either 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus, or we dodge first, 3 plus, 4 plus pick up, get to here, and it'll be a 6 plus throw. I think it's better to do the handoff.
I'll be blunt.
1 out of 7 pickups. 1 out of 7 4 plus rolls. Toss a coin 7 times and only call it right once. Boo. Boo, I say. Literally, like, not even playing against a team, right? Like, we cleared almost their entire team off the pitch, but it just didn't matter because if you can't pick the ball up, you can't score. Not even a good MVP. Well, that was terrible and grumpy. Let's roll a random. Let's roll a random strength skill on you because you've got 6, and you're a zombie, so we can fire you if you don't like it. Yeah, we don't like it, so we're firing you. This was the one we recruited from the human team, so their short career with us is at an end. Do we buy the second ghoul now, or do we get more zombies? I've got an MNG zombie here. I think for now, until we've got more skills, I'm actually prefer to go with just more zombies. So I'm going to go 2 more zombies, so we've got 13 for... So we've got 12 for the next game. One of them will be Guinness because they might get fired. Guinness is our replaceable legendary journeyman from stories past. And the next person on the lineman list to get the other one is Lady LaFay. That was game number 6 of the Necromantic run. I moaned a lot, but honestly I played terribly. I think maybe we would not have done it anyway because the pickup rolls were so bad, but the turn after I picked the ball up finally with the ghoul, I could have covered that much better and stopped it getting hit, so it is on me. If you're watching this on YouTube and thinking she's moaning a lot, you're right, I moaned a lot and I think I could have played that better, so there you go. But if you're enjoying the content on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Would be nice to get some SVP on these flesh golems at some point. We've done very well on these ones, but our flesh golems are trailing behind. Do you have our new wolf shoulder pad? I will say on the Blood Pass, this is a very uninspiring back-to-back. Like, this reward is a shoulder pad, which at least is kind of fun with the pumpkin. And then the next one you get is, it's like a naked shoulder. Like, of all the cosmetics, like how underwhelming is that? Like, oh, congratulations, have a naked shoulder. I do feel like there's lots of good stuff, but that one's very, oh, thanks. Yeah, it's free, I guess. But Hargrim and So Salty Salt get pumpkin shoulders. I'm so annoyed at myself for losing that game. I blame the dice a lot, and they were really bad dice, but when you've got a situation like that where it was strongly favoured after taking the ogre off, and then even more when the rogue went off and didn't come back, to lose it feels pretty shameful. Not happy with myself on that one. A lesson in focusing more and making yourself make good decisions even when you're feeling tilty. Still got to do the right moves first. Time your turns. Right moves first. Time your turns. Right moves first. Time your turns. Right moves first. Sorry, made an echo there. We will endeavour this next game to be slower and more thoughtful. It is hard not to tilt, but still. I know better. I've played enough Blood Bowl. There were definitely ways of making that much, much safer than I did. That's why I love playing Kislev. You have the expectations of everything failing true. Okay, this is game number 7 of our Necromantic run. coming off a defeat where I let myself tilt and made lots of bad mistakes. We're playing against a team that has played a bunch more games than us, which is never ideal. They've got guard on both wraiths. They've got a blodge werewolf. They've got 2 ghouls, both with blodge, one with tackle, one with sidestep. This feels like a very uphill match for us right off the bat. They've got more useful development on important players. We've even got a couple of block zombies. This is tough. I'm surprised that we've got the higher TV than them as well, but I guess it's because we got the 3rd reroll. None of these are randoms, so yeah, surprised we're that much higher. I think we go defense first here. Make them play their 2 reroll offense and see if we can make problems for them. I'm still a bit miffed about how our TV was 60,000 higher than theirs. That seems a lot higher, given they haven't got the 2nd werewolf. That's why they're on 1 werewolf. Okay. That is the reason. Ghouls are cheaper than werewolves. Wolves are quite expensive. And the chosen mighty bow. Good point, Cobblestorm. The mighty bow on the wolf on our 2nd wolf is is 40k, isn't it? That's a good shout. You might be right, Bloodborne Nat. 3 rerolls might be too many. We will find out. My first ever Necro run, so we will learn by doing. The TV cap, I think, is a red herring because it depends what your goals are. If your goal is to play in Chalice with this team, absolutely, you need to think about that stuff more. But everyone was freaking out about the 1600 TV cap and elves last season, and I came to the conclusion that if your goal is just to make Master, stop worrying about the cap because you'll be fine. In fact, in the end, the team I've qualified for Chalice last season was a Wood Elf team with 3 rerolls, so even then it may be fine. But yeah, oh no, I didn't. It's 2 rerolls when I qualified. I lied. Very good kickoff result for us. They've sent off a Wraith with guard, so that is a huge dice swing for us. Yeah, Wood Elves are a super floaty team, and the TV cap was 100 lower. So I think, again, it really depends what your goals are. Like, if your goals are Chalice, definitely you need to think hard about those things. I think if your goals are just having a fun run and going to Master, I think it's different. The matchmaking is an extra element to it, which Bloodborne was talking about there, which is a different thing. That's not about do you have 3 rerolls, that's about when you add the 3rd reroll, and maybe you can add it too soon if it's early ladder. But yeah, I think like the maximum efficiency thing, my conclusion last season was that people were over worrying about it. Depending on what you want to do. Again, like if you're trying to do a Chalice team, different mindset maybe. What are we doing here? So this is the same conversation I talked about quite a lot in yesterday's stream, except I was talking about it playing against orcs. But the conversation was, how are you supposed to play defense with Necro? And as I'll keep saying, this is all a learning experience for me, but I think one of the key things is you want to hold the center. And I think that our opponent will also want to hold the center. I think that's generally true in a lot of bashy, controlling matchups, that you want to hold the center, but it's especially true in matchups where there's frenzy, because if you force your opponent to go to the sideline, then they have to worry about your frenzy. So I do think a big part of our early game here should just be thinking about how we're going to make sure we keep our strength in the center of the pitch. I think there's an approach here that could be a lot of basing, and I don't know that would be wrong, because once you start sticking all the stand firm and sidestep in, it can be a pain. But it's probably the thing I'm least comfortable with, because I don't play Bash very often, is the mass spacing. So for now, I'm going to not do that, because there's always a risk if you do a lot of basing that you just get bashed out. And that risk scares me. As someone who's not used to playing the bashy teams, that scares me a lot. Maybe too much still. So for now I'm just going for a safe blitz on the end of the line and keeping my core in the middle where it can be responsive. And I think I probably will try to dodge this zombie. Fine. Panef, yes. I randomed an agility skill on a Wraith. We had a talk about this. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself a bit, but we had a talk about it. And for the Wraiths, there's quite a lot of good agility hits you can get. So yeah, we did a random agility and we got jump up, which we don't hate, although I haven't used it that much so far. I feel like it's theoretically okay, but so far I haven't actually got much value out of it. I wonder if eventually, like this piece, obviously it still needs guard, but maybe you just save up and give it more and more armor now it's got jump up, because the main thing you want is for it not to get its arm broken. I had one orc run off stream that was in the top 10 for a while, and you will note was not the team of mine that qualified. It was an interesting experience to try the orcs out. Okay, here I think you do just have to get up. I really want to hit this Wraith because you've only got one of them left. If we could somehow remove it, that would be really good. Could go in there for a 2 dice with you, which is not untempting. Do you get the power? We got very lucky with the other one being sent off, so if we could somehow get rid of this one, it would be huge. But we don't remove it this time. Oh, we rolled them the wrong way around. We do get a zombie off though, so we're up 2 players, which is very nice. So same thing again, we're just holding our centre here pretty well. It looks like they're already being pushed towards this sideline, which I like the sound of. They have added a side step on this ghoul to go with the side step on the Wraiths and the 2 stand firms, so they have got a reasonable amount of sideline defence, but... Yo94, I have a question. This season ladder parameters says there is no TV cap. Is a bug? Yes, they've said the TV cap's going to be 1700. I haven't seen where it says that, but I'm guessing it's a bug. Yeah, so Capellius, that's definitely one thing that feels like it could be done differently for the team colours, maybe making it show a bit more clearly whose Wraith is who when you get a Necro Mirror, because they're all just done in white. Even if I go to the colourblind mode, they don't show up that clearly. Okay, they've got a push here. If we stand firm, they will get 3, 4, 5. They will still be able to hit it, so I think we don't stand firm. Morning, Henning. Yeah, it's all about the socks. Although, because we've gone for quite a white heavy colour scheme, our socks still look mostly white, whereas their socks are darker colours. Okay, feel like this is going pretty positively at the moment, so let's see if I can ruin that. So we could get our claws involved here. It does mean moving one wolf back. But I think that's okay because we'll still have one here. Didn't get anything from the claw mighty bow, but what if I go and stick this on here? Because then you've got an annoying side step piece you've got to worry about. That has got jump up and get into your cage and make life even more annoying. I think with 2 players up, maybe we're going all in here. I think we've got to think of that. A thing that is always worth thinking about in Blood, but I think it's like you can't go halfway in. You've got to, if you're going to go in, you've got to go really commit to it.
It's about to get punched above and below the belt at the same time.
So we've still got this back here. Keep our guard free as well. Actually, we'll put the guard behind there in case this wolf gets any ideas. Put that behind that. I don't know. I think that feels like if you're on this side of this, this doesn't look comfortable, does it? This is isolated. This has got an awkward decision to make about whether it dodges. This is outstrengthed. They have got their guard free, but there was no way of trapping their guard because it's sandwiched between stronger things. Let's see what happens. The 2-player advantage is definitely like a good thing, and obviously they have to worry about protecting the ball as well, which we don't. So that effectively gives you an extra advantage in the numbers. But obviously we are giving up some hits, and if you give up some hits, if they roll well, that can take things off the pitch. They have given themselves a bit of a channel through this way. That's why I brought a cosmetic wave head so my arms stand out of it. It's a good idea, Babona, actually. I might do the same. Imagine teams in professional sports being on the pitch playing against each other, and every once in a while players ask the others to show them their socks. Okay, just a push here on our Wraith. That was a blitz, so I think we stay on the Wolf. Wolf has got dodge, so it could just dodge away. But now if it hits us, we get to sidestep wherever we like. They have hit us and powed us. Where do we want to go? Off the guard, definitely. Probably towards the ball carrier. No armor break. Because we've got jump up. So towards the ball carrier seems good. Ball carrier goes backwards. Guessing this is going to dodge. Yeah. And that's going to stay where it is. Okay, interesting. God, I think we can hit the ball here. Admittedly, we would not have. So we bring the guard in here. We can try a jump up it on that. We got to see what this does. Push is fine. So now we've got 2 dice. Where would we push it? We'd have to push into there to move their guard. And then we still have 2 dice. So we get 2 dice into 2 dice on this. I think we go for that. Oh shoot, this has sidestep. Oh no, this is going to go bad. Unless we just roll power the first time. I forgot they had sidestep on their ball carrier. Whoops. But it all worked out fine. It's going to bounce through lots of players with no hands. Fine. Oh, failed the jump up. I'm going to reroll that. I want that back up. Doesn't get the power, but that's still good. It's still doing something. Stick that in there. Bring this wolf over the ball.
I
Punch
should
with the
probably say
fleshy.
something meaningful to all our cabal vision viewers. Think of this display.
Do we try the pickup here? 5+. Or is that good enough square that we say we'll just keep it there for now? They can scatter it anyway. I think we try our luck and see if we can pick it up. Failed a lot of 4+ pickups last game, but this time the 5+ is easy. Nice. Okay. They're going to free up that ghoul to come around and hit us with tackle. Not a lot I can do about that, but got the ball for now.
I'm looking forward to these next few matches, Bob.
And do I restart a team in the Dead War Dance game 1? Probably yes, Zach, I would say. It's a sidestep for us. What got powered? Block on Hargrim. Hargrim is our wolf. Okay, so they've hit into this wraith. This is their wolf, so I think we go outside to stop that from having assists.
The domino effect.
Okay, just a second. They've used their tackle there as well, which means the tackle is not hitting our goal. Yeah, I think unfortunately with the War Dance game 1, it always depends what else you've got, Zach. Like maybe if you got some amazing SVP on the other War Dancer, you might think about sitting it out. But in general, I think a Dead War Dancer, you might as well, because they're so expensive and there's so many things you need to buy at the start on Wood Elves, right? Like you're saving for the Apo, you're saving for rerolls, that to not have that right off the bat is pretty painful. What you could do is roll for a strength skill on the catcher, see if you get guard, because guard catches are pretty nice, and then maybe at least you'd have some reason to think about it. But probably it's just still not worth it even then. Like a half-price guard catch is pretty nice, but still not sure if it's enough to make up for a Dead War Dancer. So they didn't get the ball down, but they have certainly created some pressure here. They got a nice removal, and they got a stunned wolf. They knocked down this flesh golem. We don't have an easy way to free this that isn't just dodging, which is obviously scary.
And they start the turn in trouble.
What is our way of doing this going to be? Bring the guard in. There's no way of chain pushing because we need to chain push from here. And things are a bit stuck up here. Guess we could bring the guard this way. Could hit that. We're still not going to have the freedom there. I think this is gonna have to be a dodge, I think. And if this is going to be a dodge, then there's no real point in hitting either of those. That wasn't a dodge, was it? That looked like a dodge animation, but it wasn't. That's still one, isn't it? Because you've got the guard in here. This will go 2 into 2.
Werewolves do make good Blood Bowl players.
I agree that you could indeed say that. As long as they don't attack members of their own team.
Nice. These are 2 dice. Which gives us a 1 in 9.
This is going to be decisive. That's a natty. Still, willing to bet a good punch will have him face down in the mud.
We just got to do this dodge, don't we? Oh, I've made a mess this again. I haven't really got a good plan for what I'm doing with this one. Like, we could come all the way around and do red dice. Terrible. We could block this way, but it's not good if we fail the dodge. Don't want to hit that because it's got sidestep. Okay, made the dodge. That's very big. So we can get to here. Better off doing the rushes with you. Don't want to rush closer to that because even though it's only a zombie, it can still hit us. The wolf can come around and get us. Don't like any of it. Maybe we just have to go next to this zombie. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I hate all of it. With only one reroll left. There it is. That's what we knew was coming. Don't want to roll the dice, so I'm just going to put that there, so at least we've got something next to the ball, but not great. Helpful. Should free up the flesh golem for next turn. I think we can't take that block because the sidestep will help them too much. Okay, I got Mighty Blow. The rick on my shoulder is telling me to stick. Do it. Mighty Blow Catcher. It's the new meta. Definitely the new meta. It's a strength 2 blockless piece. Shh! Don't tell them that. Well, this drive is going pretty well because it's not our drive, and we have got 3 removals, one of which we admittedly just got given for free, and we've got their ball. On the other hand, this still feels very much like a situation where they could take that ball right back, so... And we're out of rerolls. They're also out of rerolls, so there's no rerolls for anyone. Yeah, Rightful. They're definitely a defensive team. Like, their strength is on defense for sure. Where's the other Wraith? So we've got Wraith here. Oh, they've stood it up. Okay, so can't get guard onto this. That's nice. I guess they could bring the wolf here and then probably dodge the tackle round. That would give them 2 dice on it. I think that's probably what I'd look to do because you get to use the block tackle. This zombie's already cancelling out all of these. Well, Zach, I think you should keep the Mighty Bow Catcher just so you can then tell us how the Mighty Bow Catcher does for you. I want to hear the chronicles of Mighty Bow Wood Elf Catcher. Hey Otter, sorry, I think I missed you in saying hi. Oh, they're just going for the 1 dice on it. Okay. Doesn't go for the dodge hit with tackle. This way gives them recovery, I guess. But they don't get the ball down, so that's worked out for us. I see why you'd do this way, because if this works, then you've actually got a chance to pick the ball up and score. But it's definitely the higher risk approach.
Will it make a difference? This player likes to be well assisted.
Right.
This will go 2 into 2, won't it? Yeah, because we've got the guard on it.
Would you like to go down onto the pitch and feed him?
Good.
He seems a little scared.
Okay. Do we just score? Do we try to hold out? A little tempted just to score. It gives them a turn to punch us. But we are out of rerolls. And there's definitely a world where they could still sack this. I'm just going to take the touchdown while it's there. Not really take any risks. Hey, Santa. Tree wants to see the clip of me raging because the catch at 181's the first block and dies. I know this game. Yeah, Shaky, we were just talking about that. It's one of the frustrations for sure. Blood Bowl Nut was saying on his cosmetics he's put he's paid to get their helmet on one of the wraiths, and it seems like a good reason. I might look into that cosmetics for our wraiths after this game. So we are giving them a free round of hits. I probably should have set up on the back line. I wasn't really thinking, I was just thinking, got the score. Yeah, although I guess we're going to have another turn after this. Wait. Wait, was that not my turn 7? I thought that was my turn 7. So they've got 2 turns. Apparently I can't count. Okay. So we have just given them a chance to score back. Well, at least we got a reroll on the kickoff. Just highly professional Blood Bowl standards today. What's the record so far? 3 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses. The last loss was very frustrating. Because we failed to pick the ball up in the rain like 7 times. Question 1, what turn is this? Yes, it's turn 7 apparently. I thought it was my turn 7 last time. Doesn't look like they're going to try to score though. Maybe they don't know either. I mean, they're not trying to score, so so I can live with it. Thanks for the follow down under Mike. Yeah, not sure what's going on with them, but good news for us. They have not spotted our mistake. See if we can claw mighty this one. Didn't need claw or mighty, we just rolled an 11 and an 8, so that would have taken pretty much anything off the pitch. Maybe could push something up to be a scoring threat for us, but I'm okay with 1-0 here. No one knows what turn it is after the update. Apparently not. I assume my opponent is just now going to realise the same thing that I realised a second ago of like, oh, are we sure there wasn't like a glitch there and we got an extra turn? I was so convinced it was turn 7. I also should not have just left them my goal to hit. That wasn't very clever. They've gone for it with the wolf. I would have gone for it with the tackle there, but this gives you 2 hits. Second one is a 1 dice, and they've rolled a skull. Yeah, they would have had the power there if they'd gone for it with the tackle. We should probably foul that. Maybe not. We've got a KO. We haven't got a bench. I'd really like to get some SVP on these flesh golems, so I want to take the box of them. Can I make this so that it won't have somewhere to sidestep to? Only if I do a rush. Oh, we got a reroll, didn't we? So yeah, let's do that. So now, when we hit this, no matter where it sidesteps, we're going to get 2 dice in the second hit. Which is what we want. Because if we could get off the second wraith, that would be amazing. not. Is it worth fouling this? We get 3 assists. If we get sent off, could even the numbers up. I think it's not, even though I want to. There's no wake-up roll after this. Maybe it is worth it for the sake of a zombie. If we can get the zombies into place. We can't. There you go, snakes. Saved ourselves. It was right. Okay, we're both not paying attention. I know, Russ. Someone at the door. They come there every day. Their KO does not come back. Neither does ours, but that's okay because we had the extra.
Next town, and none of the KO'd players have woken up. Lazy gits.
Yay, Russ. Littleworth. I know, sausage. Okay, so this is looking pretty good for us at the moment. Let's line up to take all of our punches again. So I think we're 2 up, right? I think they didn't have a bench. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was the other reason that we were giving up TV at the start. I thought they did have a bench, but they don't. So yeah, that was send off on turn 1. It's just been so unlucky for them, right? Like their team would have been better than ours, but take out one of the 2 guard they had, and it's pretty big drop for them right away. Another KO.
They've got the advantage, but there is no
Should really have screened the ball first. Saying at the end of last game I need to be better about my turn ordering again. Getting lazy. Let's make sure that ball is nice and covered. Especially given that we did such a bad job of picking it up last game. I'm going to try to hit this Wraith. Successfully knocked that down, that's great. Depending on how this drive goes, I'd love to try to force a touchdown onto a flesh golem. So close to the line, we probably should reroll it. Okay. But that does depend on how the drive goes. But because we're winning, feels a bit more like we can take risks. Yeah, it was a vicious ref kickoff event. They just decided to do. Oh, there you go. Okay, so they've got rid of one of our golems this drive. That's a pretty nice removal for them. So 8 plays 10, but they've got rid of one of our 2 stronger ones. That's a little lesson in itself, isn't it, for me? Because I did think about the possibility I might not knock down the Wraith, but I didn't really think about if you send your flesh golem up like that, you expose it for their werewolf, which is actually didn't need to be a werewolf because they rolled a 12 and a 9, but the wolf had a much better chance of doing that than anyone else did, so I think another thing to think about. It's just so hard to get blitzes against, though. That's the problem. Like, look at how this team sets up. Where's your blitz? You could put 2 assists in to hit a flesh golem that might not fall over, or you could hit a blodger, or you could foul appearance, try against a sidestepper that will sidestep onto you if it doesn't fall down. Necro's like really amazing for that, really. We're going to try to hit the stand firm up, but who knows, we may live to regret it. The thing is, we don't have to score, which does put us in a slightly stronger position here. because we've got the lead off their drive.
What's that player
Matter of opinion whether it was a bad ref. I liked it too, actually. I was a fan of that ref. Did me a solid. Just can't spell officials, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by messages for a second there. Okay, so they are standing up. Wolf's going to come in for which one? For the Zombo, rolls double skull. That's pretty rough when you've only got 2 rerolls. Does get it on the second try. Doesn't get the removal, but has put that Zombo in a pretty useless spot for us. The thing is, because I committed to hitting this Flesh Golem, I've pushed a lot of players up here, which means that my position in the middle here was a lot less solid, which meant it was easier for them to get, for instance, that frenzy hit. Like, you want to set up in a ways that they have, where you're not going to give up the frenzy hits, but yeah, I guess by committing to that hit, made it harder to do that for myself. I think I'm going to commit to pushing forward here because we have got the numbers advantage. And that makes the numbers advantage a little bit better again. Just going to stand that up actually. It did do its job of getting punched. Oh well. This ball is not tremendously safe, is it? You could dodge these ghouls around the top to hit it. I don't think the wolf's got enough movement to come around this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Could put an assist in. With a couple of dodges, I could do more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't do it last one. 7, 8, 9. So yeah, could hit, but yeah, more likely use the tackle to come around and hit. Was maybe worse than I thought it was. That both down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you've got the 1 dice just right away, you can get the wolf round to be an assist. I've got myself in a spot here. It's definitely the offense. The offense, so much more I'm struggling with than the defense. The defense feels really good with the Necro, but the offenses are not good for me so far. Losing a golem early definitely hurts as well. It's interesting to see how different that feels about that extra strength 4 on the pitch. Just going to go for the 1 dice. Going to get it because they've got block. Doesn't break armor at least. Another scatter catch on a Flesh Golem. Alright, we've got more time this game, so we're going to try and see if we can score on BB Jock. That's the dream. That is the dream. That's what we want to happen. Thank you for the follow, Ulrich Scout. They're going going to double base our poor golem. BB Jock, I believe in you. Fail this dodge. Probably can't reroll that. Oh wow, they are going to reroll that. I mean, it does make this harder, but then out of rerolls for the whole game. Feels like a big commitment. Just pop you around there. One dice. Can we get lucky and power this? We can. Very nice. It's very, very helpful. Okay, great. So we freed up both wolves now. Could we hit this? Chain push. Problem is the second chain push isn't so good. I think it's still better than where we are, even if it's not perfect.
Look at all those players sitting down. There'll be trouble with the Union.
The POW is obviously lovely. You can take a block. POW again is lovely. Oh wow, arm break's even lovelier. Oh, getting a wolf off is huge. Okay, yeah, that worked out well. So next turn they can punch that and then try to uphill us. The flesh columns are not in a good spot to hit it. They could move the garden if they get that punch, so I think we actually bring you around and just make it harder for you to get a good punch with the wraith here. So you can do it now, but you have to stand that up first, then you haven't got this one free afterwards. You are BB Jock, I believe in you. You're going to be our first Flesh Golem touchdown scorer. Okay, use the blitz here on our Wraith. I guess we just stay here next to the ball. Gets the skull. They've used all their rerolls now. Good. Alright. Okay, so now we just need to get this flesh golem out of our way so we can run our flesh golem down towards the end zone. Just. I make it sound easy. Which we know it's not. However, Spleggy wants BB Jock to get this touchdown. Spleggy is a good friend and says, don't worry about it, BB Jock. I'm going to deal with this flesh golem for you. Which means BB Jock can start running. Full speed. Full speed for BB Jock. Maximum pace. Oh wow, powering that again's good. I'm going to rush because I really like that guard in there. That's a very good spot for that guard. Good. We can claw this in the face. Both down is fine. Put in there so you've got further to go around.
This player likes to be well assisted.
I'll just take the both down on that. It's fine. Alright, it's looking good for BB Jock. It's looking good for BB Jock. running at full speed. We've got time. Don't even have to do GFIs. Get the power on the goal. I think my opponent has quit, which I don't blame them for, but just let's screen to be on the safe side. Don't need to foul. Another foul appearance for them. F. Turn 15, we don't even have to do the rush. Perfect. Do you know what? Let's not stand close enough to give them blitzes on our positionals. If they want to hit zombies, that's fine. We will get our positionals out the way. Since they can't get to the ball anyway. Right, Merkel. It's what we came here for. Our first Flesh Golem SPP of the season coming up.
They've got the advantage, but there is no another player on the...
It's interesting because I thought the Wraiths were going to be the hardest ones to get the SPP on because you can't force touchdowns on them. But the thing is, they do all the blocking and a lot of the blitzing because of block skill early on. So actually they've managed to stack up casualties quite quickly, whereas the Flesh Golems, I guess I'm probably doing less blocking with, have really got nothing up till now. So yeah, BB Jock being a bit of a star there by finally getting some SPP for us. I watched Snooker and the commentator was telling us how the player was in peak physical perfection. Were they not, Collie? Were they not in peak physical perfection?
Let alone steal a win for the receiving team.
Was that dart throwing arm not perfectly toned? He's eating a meat potato pie as he plays. Frankly, I think all of sports could be improved by that. More meat and potato pies.
How are they going to catch them? They're constantly riding around on the ground.
Score a goal. Have a pie. Oh, dead Zombo. No, dead Zombo. Does regen. Was Guinness. The Zombos always regen. The ghouls never regen. It's just not fair.
The team had possession.
Oh, cheeky pass. Oh, they got some SPP at least at the end. That Fleshy is now closer to getting block. They're going to do a turn 16 spite foul. Feels a bit unnecessary given that we could have fouled them all those last turns and didn't. But you know what?
These are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers.
Day-Day, I honestly don't think I've ever seen a ghoul regen. It is a little ridiculous at this point, right, Day? It's like, it's just, how can you just be that unlucky? I think they've bugged the dice log. Thank you for the cheer. I always wonder when people cheer whether I should change the cheer thing so it reads out the message like it does on Andy's channel. But you can also just have messages read out with channel points in this channel. Maybe I should swap it. Because maybe the robot voice should have read that. Another zombie MVP for us, sadly. But we have got
These
shoulder.
are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers.
All right, Day doesn't want it. Wants to hear the sound. Thank you, Day. That's very generous. Hope you're having a good morning. That is a naked left shoulder for your Chaos Renegades Minotaur. I don't know what the Chaos Renegades Minotaur shoulder normally looks like. I feel like this one is very underwhelming, but perhaps it looks good on the Chaos Renegade. I'm excited for one more level so we can get the Necromantic Horror Cheerleader Zone. I don't think there's anything new in the shop since I last looked. So if you are joining the season, if you're joining Blood Bowl 3 late, I know some people are sort of coming in now, especially with the crossplay. There is a pack to get all 4 of the races you've missed so far. So Underworld, Lizardmen, Shambling Undead and Wood Elves for I think 2,500, which is a little discount on what they would normally be separately. There's some coaches. And there's some other stuff. I've just realised I didn't do what I'm supposed to do after a game, which is go, oh, let's go look at our team. So we are still halfway to what we need here for block. Let's random a general skill on the Wargo because we've got enough money to cycle them if it's bad. It's bad. Let's cycle the Wargo. You don't lose your spot for randoming bad skills, so I will. Bin the strip ball zombie. Sorry to strip ball zombie lovers. And rebuy them. I've just realised we didn't even need to rebuy them because I could have just fired Guinness. So I've just wasted some money for no reason. Because I think I'm still happy on 12, not 13. 13 was just because we had an MNG. So after all that, we'll fire Guinness. See you soon, Guinness. That was game number 7 on the Necromantic team. If you are watching on YouTube and you're enjoying it, don't forget to leave that like and